Hello, everyone. My name is Al Hassan Tijani, and we are Group 41. We are presenting on the topic how Hesbeck two-factor theory can be applied in the educational sector and how we can use it to boost work satisfaction, and Adams equity theory, how we can also apply Adams equity theory in the educational sector. I would like to start with a quote from Frederick Hesbeck. So he said, "True motivation comes from achievement, personal development, job satisfaction, and recognition." So we are just trying to make our colleagues or everybody understand how we can use these two theories to boost work satisfaction and to also eliminate dissatisfactions in work, and also measure inputs of employees and the output, which is their achievement. So by the end of this presentation, everybody will be able to understand the two-factor theory by Frederick Hesbeck, the equity theory, and how both theories can be applied in the educational sector to boost work satisfaction and to eliminate dissatisfactions in work. So, Adam's brief overview about Frederick Hesbeck two-factor theory. So, Frederick Hesbeck two-factor theory is being categorized into two factors, that is hygiene factors and motivators. The hygiene factors are factors outside the work, and the motivators are factors that is being recognized inside the work. So we say the hygiene factors are extrinsic motivation, and the motivators are intrinsic motivation. So I'll hand over to my colleague to also continue.
Hi, my name is Elvis Osei, and this is the introduction of our presentation. Understanding the drives and motivators behind staff performance is critical in fostering a positive and effective environment within an educational institution. Two psychological theories, and these are Hesbeck two-factor theory and Adams equity theory, offers a strong foundation to improve job satisfaction and performance of teachers and support staffs. I'll handle it the next to my people to continue. Thank you.
My name is Carolina Uso, and I'm here with Aduma Pifa Gloria. We are here to talk about the Frederick Hesbeck two-factor theory. Frederick Hesbeck theory proposes that job satisfaction and dissatisfaction are influenced by two distinct factors. That is, the hygiene factors, also called the dissatisfiers, and
Motivator factors, also called satisfiers.
these factors can lead to dissatisfaction if absent or inadequate, but don't necessarily motivate when present. Examples of the hygiene factors are salary and benefits. Salary and benefits are basic things employees expect from their job. Examples: fair pay, health insurance. 2. Working conditions. This refers to the environment and setup where you work. That is, a comfortable workspace, safety tools and equipment. If working conditions are poor, you might not get frustrated. 3. School policies and administration. This means the rules, guidelines, and management style of the school or organization. That is, clear communication and supportive management. 4. Interpersonal relations. This is about how you get along with colleagues, supervisors, and others at work. That is, having respectful communication, friendly colleagues, etc. 5. Job security. This means feeling stable and secure in your job. These factors won't necessarily make you love your job, but if they are poor, they can make you unhappy. So my friend is going to talk about the motivation factors. Thank you.
I'm Aduma Pifa Gloria, and I'm a member of Group 41. So I'll take it from where my friend left off. I'm presenting on the motivator factors. So the Hesbeck two-factor theory is also known as the motivation hygiene theory. And it talks about the two different things that influences job satisfaction and the satisfaction of workers in the educational institutions. So these two factors are the hygiene factors, that's also called the dissatisfiers. And my colleague here has already talked about that. And the motivator factors, also known as the satisfiers. So the motivator factors are also called satisfiers, and these are intrinsic factors. The reason why they are intrinsic factors is because they are found within. They are internal factors and not external factors. So these are the factors that can make workers in the educational institutions feel very satisfied, super excited, and then highly motivated to work harder. Okay. So they don't just make you feel happy or okay, but then they motivate you to work harder. Example of these motivator factors are: one, achievement. So when workers experience a sense of accomplishment in their own professional growth, like for example, when they are able to learn something new or when they get better at something in the work they do, this makes them feel very happy, not just happy, but it makes them feel super excited, very satisfied, and then highly motivated to work harder. And another example of these motivator factors is one, recognition. Recognition. So when workers when workers are acknowledged and then appreciated for their efforts, for the positive efforts and for the positive efforts they put into their work and the successes they achieve in their work, when they are acknowledged and appreciated for these things, it goes a long way to motivate them to work harder. It doesn't just make them feel just happy. Okay, so another factor is the advancement and then growth factor. This is also a motivator factor. When workers in the academic institutions have access to greater opportunities, promotions, or take up leadership roles in the field they work or in their workplaces, it makes them feel very satisfied. It doesn't just make them feel okay or happy. They feel very satisfied with their work and then highly motivated to do more. Okay. So at this juncture, I'll hand over to my next colleague to proceed with the presentation.
So I'll be presenting on the application of the Herzberg theory in educational institutions. To apply the Herzberg theory in educational institutions, educational leaders must adopt a two-way strategy. First, they must ensure all hygiene factors are adequately addressed to create a state of low dissatisfaction. Thus, every worker must be comfortable in their position in order to work effectively. This means providing a competitive salary, maintaining a positive school culture, and ensuring administrative support. In the case of teachers' environment, the leaders must ensure that teachers are paid fairly of their work and also foster a supportive, respectful school environment. Also, the theory talks about adding motivators. Educational leaders must inculcate a culture of recognition, acknowledging appropriate teachers' achievements and contribution, empower teachers with autonomy, and also maintain a professional development. Okay. And on. Okay. To conclude with, sound willing. To conclude, educational leaders must ensure that workers are being in a comfortable position in order to work effectively. So this brings me to the conclusion of application of the theory in educational institutions. Thank you.
I'm Dakwache Edna, talking about the equity theory. The equity theory was developed by John S. Adams. It centers on how individuals perceive fairness. It also suggests that employees are motivated when they perceive a fair balance between their inputs and then their outputs, especially comparing it with their peers or other colleagues. Mm-hmm. Here, their inputs includes their skills, their time, their loyalty, and their experience. And then their outputs also includes what they receive in return of their skills, such as recognition, praise, salaries, and then other benefits. According to the theory, individuals mentally calculate the ratio to their inputs and then their outputs. So, for instance, if I'm working and let's say I work 8 hours with other extra jobs, and then a colleague of mine is also working but don't have any other extra work associated with it, and at the end of the day, we all take the same salary. There's a kind of imbalance there. But then here, where we are all working the same time, the same allocation of whatever we are supposed to do, the two of them can feel a sense of what balance in there at the end of the day when they are receiving their output or their outcomes. Thank you.
How can equity theory be applied in educational institutions? 1. Be open about pay and reward. 2. Share tax fairly. 3. Treat everyone with respect and involve them in decision. 4. Use clear and fair ways to judge performance. Equity theory in school means fairness really matters. Fairness in both actions and treatment keeps everyone satisfied and productive. I'm Emilia Idula. Thank you.
In conclusion, both Herzberg's two-factor theory and equity theory offer valuable complementary insights for educational leaders by addressing hygiene factors to prevent dissatisfaction, providing intrinsic motivators to boost satisfaction, and ensuring a foundation of fairness, equity in all procedures and outcomes. Institutions can cultivate a highly motivated, engaged, and effective staff dedicated to achieving educational excellence.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you.